And welcome back to week 4, day 1 of the Commonwealth League. I am Wilbur doing the play-by-play alongside my broadcast partner Sneezes. Sorry about the quick delay. Had a team a little bit late to getting into the lobby, but we are through pro draft and we are getting underway. You do see here it is going to be the Azir ban and also the Garen response for Monster Mash. And then you'll see Syra and Lucian taken away by G3RvsMOM and Monster Mash. They will go ahead and ban the Hecarim and the Nautilus. So taking away perhaps a little bit of tankiness for G3RvsMOM. But Sneezes, game 1.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say game 1. Go ahead and wrap the book on that one. A very dominating performance for RAR as they do claim the victory. They're 5-2 on the season. Lionheart Esports, they dropped to 0-7 this season. They'll have to wait until tomorrow to try to pick up their first victory. But you do see as the Nautilus is banned, you're going to see an Aatrox coming out for the Kaiju Panda. And the response, I believe, will be the Urgot.
Yeah, and Monster Mash is a really interesting story for me so far. They're 2-4, but they have a ton of respect within the community. You know, Catastrophe.
Will do that for you.
Yeah, well, 2-game win streak will definitely help climb out, but Catastrophe is really highly regarded. Mr. Azir is really highly regarded by the rest of the league as potentially the best mid laner in the league, and Snow Too Funky gets a lot of respect too. So, really, this team has not performed up to expectations. They've made a couple changes and swapped people in and out, but the core of their team is really respected within the league, and I'm super excited to see what they do on these champions.
Yes.
They got some really pop-off potential champions that I'm not going to spoil, they're about to pick. And if it looks funky around the bans, it's because we're doing pro draft. So for those of you who aren't familiar, we're using pro draft to supplement people's champion issues.
Yeah, so you'll see a Heimerdinger and Nico banned by Monster Mash. G3RvsMOM's second ban phase, they banned away Corki and Kiana, taking away a couple of the mid laners. Syndra was actually the final pick in the draft for Monster Mash. Then you see Sethrap, he is going to be on the Rek'Sai. And Magnus, he's going to be on the Lee Sin. And you were very happy about that pick.
Yeah, Lee Sin is super meta right now. He's super strong. You can build him a bunch of different ways. You can go Electrocute, you can go Conqueror. I've really enjoyed the Conqueror build. You go Red Smite Warrior into Black Cleaver into Sterix Gauge. He's super hard to kill. He does a lot of damage. He provides utility. And if you can Insect Kick, you know, you're in the meta. So, want to see him apply a lot of pressure in the early game. And Rek'Sai is an equally good early game champion, but I'm just a huge fan of Lee. You know, it's World Season. I'm just a super big fan of Lee, and I love when good players play Lee. And we got to see that earlier this morning on the World's broadcast. So just always a hype champion, my personal favorite champion to play.
So as we lock in the bot lanes here, it's going to be Jinx Leona for G3RvsMOM and Monster Mash. A little bit of a meta bot lane here. You got the Kai'Sa AD carry, and we can't go one game in this league, Sneezes, without the Morgana. So it was actually Monster Mash. By the way, the Leona and the Morgana were the first picks in the draft. So both teams placing a lot of emphasis on picking up their support. But you said when we were watching the pro draft that you were a lot happier with the picks from Monster Mash than G3RvsMOM.
Yeah, I really like a lot of I like the lanes in the jungle. I'm not sold. It's really the Leona, right? You're first picking Leona. You're leaving Morgana up, kind of blind picking here. It's a strong champion, and I know that looking at the other bans, it's like, hey, I know that Lord Draken really wants to play a tank and wants to be that engaged presence for his team. And you can do that on Leona, but I just don't think they set him up to have a solid game with the level of disengage and utility that's on Monster Mash. So it's cool that you're executing your playstyle and strategy, but you want to also set it up so it can be successful. I think it's anybody's game, don't get me wrong. I wasn't super sold on the Leona pick at first pick, you know, especially when Aatrox, Galio, or Lee Sin could have been taken earlier.
Yeah, so as you see, the comps are set for the side of G3RvsMOM, Aatrox, Lee Sin, Galio, Jinx, and Leona. For Monster Mash, Urgot, Rek'Sai, Syndra, Kai'Sa, and once again, Morgana coming out for Sume. So, Sneezes, we take a look at the full comps in all of their glory. Talked about a few of the lanes, we talked about the jungle, but overall, who has the edge going into this game? What are the win conditions for both these sides?
I really want to talk about mid lane. We saw Mr. Azir, Catastrophe, formerly known as Catastrophe, hover a couple of different summoner spell choices. He was thinking about Teleport, he was thinking about Ignite. He ultimately went with the Cleanse, which I think is a really smart pick into the Galio, especially when you have all the damage coming out from Lee Sin. Galilith taunt, Lee jumps in, all that stuff. So super defensive. He should have pressure in the lane, but he's super conscious of worried about getting ganked. I think Aatrox straight up beats Urgot, but that's like it's a spring split matchup, and people haven't played it. No one plays Urgot anymore. Not to criticize the pick, it's just I think it could catch somebody by surprise. I don't know how the damage is going to flow. I don't know what summoner Urgot's going to take. You know, you can run Spellbook, you can run Conqueror. There's a lot you can run Grasp and Dying if you really want to. There's just so much at stake here. Last thing I want to consider is ADCs. Maybe not Jinx, but Kai'Sa in this case might have been a good idea to run Teleport. I always think the Teleport is super good, and there's a reason the pro teams do it. But I know everyone likes their heal; they're comfortable with it. It's a huge stylistic change. I've seen teams try to implement it and fail, so not the end of the world. Just something I would think about if I'm looking at this draft from an objective standpoint.
So we are a minute away here from getting into the game. But don't forget, we do have one more game after this here tonight. This is the second game of a 3-game set as per usual. Our final game of the night, mediocre at best, taking on Nocturnal Dragons. Of course, Nocturnal Dragons, they've been on a bit of a slide as of late, but mediocre at best. They are looking to stay undefeated this season, trying to improve to 7-0. And of course, at the conclusion of this game, that game will start up as soon as we can get those two teams on to the Rift. But the game at hand, Monster Mash taking on G3 Reapers. Monster Mash trying to improve to 3-4 on the season, make it a 3-game winning streak after starting off the year 0-4. G3 Reapers, they are looking to make themselves 5-2 and stay in second place here in the league and try to avoid dropping into that third place position. But of course, Sneezes, as we all know, every team makes the playoffs. It's just all about getting those top 2 spots to get that bye week into the semifinals. And so, with that time up, we'll go ahead and get into the loading screen here. We wait to see the skin selections for both these sides. You do see on the side of Monster Mash, quite purpley, but the skins will change that color up just a little bit. The Battlecast Urgot, the Pool Party Rek'Sai, the Atlantean Syndra. Haven't seen that skin in a while. The IG Kai'Sa, of course, IG picking up a victory at on the world stage here today, I believe. I don't remember if they played or not. I know Fun Plus Phoenix lost. I know RNG won. But did all 3 Chinese teams win today?
No.
They played today. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, I believe so. The only teams that didn't play were Group A. Which is like C9's group.
Yeah, C9, G2.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. I found it. Okay, yeah, IG did win today. They beat AHQ. But either way, we'll see how quickly we get onto the Rift here. Of course, Cloysto.
Skin to win, really quick.
Yes, skin to win.
What do you got?
Skin to win? I got... I'm not really a huge fan of any of these skins besides Star Guardian Jinx. So we're going to have to go with G3 Reapers just because they have the only skin in this game I actually like. So, congrats.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I really like the Golden God Lee Sin skin, but my problem with it is it has really bad animations. I play a ton of Lee Sin, and the auto attack is really slow, and the ability casts are really slow compared to like Muay Thai, which is super crisp. So really cool looking skin, just hard to play because you're really sluggish. It's like a strange choice that Riot made there.
Yeah, so we will load into the Rift here as these two teams, like I said, trying to really, one team trying to establish themselves as a top tier threat, and one team really kind of maybe just trying to make the record of 3-4, but a 3-game winning streak. That would really kind of make you a mystery of a team here in the Commonwealth. Of course, remember, they were 0-4, and then they changed the roster to their current rendition, and that's where they found those 2 wins. So the current iteration of Monster Mash, they're technically undefeated when you want to get down to brass tacks. So we'll see how things go here. You do see it is going to be a 5-point start for both teams. No invade this time out. We've really only seen Raw and mediocre at best go for those invades. But this time out, G3 Reapers and Monster Mash, they want to play things safe. And just set up for any potential invades.
I think a lot of people do this solo queue. They want to just get to lane and start laning. It's kind of an NA cultural thing, I think. we all just chill. Really like Separath. He went out, he dropped a ward, and then he swapped immediately over to Sweeper. So he'll have Sweeper up when he's ready for his first gank. That's something a lot of junglers should be doing, and a lot of junglers do at the higher levels of play. High elo junglers do this all the time. Something to consider. You know, the gap between a gold, a platinum, a diamond player is often little habits like that. So if you want to improve, start looking at things like that. That's what I try to do to improve, because I'm not going to get better mechanically. I'm just not good mechanically. So
Yeah, so you do see here it's going to be a bot side jungle start for both of these junglers. CWE, he's going to clear that blue. Lee Sin going to start with the red buff. You see it's actually Rek'Sai taking down the buff first, so he will go ahead and move on. We'll see where those junglers decide to path to. But you do see Galio clearing the wave a little bit quicker than Syndra in that mid lane, at least on that level 1. But I think the lane to watch is this bot lane, if I do say so myself. Can Snow2Funky get ahead? He's been the carry in a lot of the games where Monster Mash has seen their success. Of course, you can't also take away the efforts of the mid laner for Monster Mash. But certainly it's been, when Snow2Funky pops off, the rest of the team pops off as well.
yeah, definitely. And I think he's on a champion 2 pop off. They're gonna try to control the lane here. They're about to hit level 2.
Hold on, yeah, looks like we're gonna have some level 2 fighting. Both sides are gonna be level 2. There is the root coming down onto Sume. Sume gonna land the dark binding onto Leona, but the stun is there. Koizo, he's gonna be taken low. Sume gonna try to flash forward, but he's gonna stop. There's the heal coming out. Looks like he may be having a little bit of lagging issue.
Was there a
He's gonna be there for the level 2 gank. The root does come down on Snow2Funky. The stun is there from the Leona. Kaisa, she's got no choice but to go all out for this one. She's going to go down a double kill for Jinx. And you see here the taunt in the mid lane, Flying Squirrel. He's going to try to push that level advantage. Look at the damage going down on to the mid laner of Monster Mash. But G3RvsMOM showing a little bit of flexing a little bit early, I should say, as they pick up their first 2 kills on a fight down bot lane.
Yeah, that was an incredibly strange turn of events for Sume. It seemed like he stood still. I couldn't tell if he got stunned, but
he was not stunned, which was weird. Either that or it was a spectator bug or something of sorts, but he stopped moving, and that really allowed G3RvsMOM to turn that fight around. But it looks like we're going to have a response up on the top lane. As Sephiroth, he's going to make his first appearance, does land the Q onto the Aatrox. There is the knockup. It looks like that's going to be Kaiju Panda going down. It's going to be the Rek'Sai picking up his first kill of the game. Koizo taking some tower shots. He may go down. The heal has to be burned, but Koizo also flashing away, but 2 summers burned on the mental mistake from the Jinx. Looks like we got ourselves a level 3 fight in the jungle here as both junglers with the red buff. There's the Q going down on Sephiroth. Samurai gonna jump away, but there's the flash from Exotic Samurai. He is there. Magnus is gonna use the flash. Can he find the kill? Yes, he does. But Urgot is gonna pick up the kill. Now we got ourselves a 2v2 as the top laners and mid laners are gonna fight Exotic Samurai. He's gonna be taken low. Can Azir get there in time for the stun? No. It's gonna be Kaiju Panda picking up a kill. 6 kills in the first 4 minutes as these 2 teams just going at it.
yeah, and he flashed for that, which was super surprising. That's something I'd pay attention to if I'm Rek'Sai. Both junglers basically not clearing out their camps, just going to fight in the river. Yeah, there's so much golden experience left on the map for these junglers. You know, both scuttles are up, all their camps are up except for golems on the blue side. They basically just got their buffs and decided to kill each other. Wild.
Yeah, so you see here, it's actually CS leads in mid lane and bot lane for Monster Mash, but that 2-0 Jinx keeping things actually a 600 gold advantage for Cloisto because of the first blood, because of the 2 kills. And so
that's basically the gold advantage in the game.
Yeah, exactly. An 800 gold lead for G3RvsMOM here early in this one. Of course, there's Islamic Samurai. He just went down a minute ago. He's got a 7 CS deficit onto the Kaiju Panda. You see Kaiju Panda picking up level 5, trying to go in, but Islamic Samurai just going to go ahead and dash away. So a very action-packed first 5 minutes, Sneezes, as both these sides showing a preference to go ahead and try to duke this one out. As Samurai just continuing to lose trades as Panda.
Yeah, you're not going to win against double buff Aatrox with a level lead.
See here, Galio just going to go ahead and punch away. Not a whole lot of mana for either Syndra or the Galio. But the Samurai forced to CS under his own towers. That differential just continues to expand.
Yeah, and he'll hang in there. There's still a lot left on the map. You got to be careful because of Aatrox's passive auto, though. If he had saved his flash, I'd be really worried. But
Looks like we got some more fighting here. The two junglers once again wanting to go ahead and fight. This fight going to be more so into the Monster Mash jungle. There is the Q from Magnus. But Galio, he's going to try to go in and land the taunt. Magnus not going to follow up on that last Q, trying to play things safe, but everybody will stay alive. We once again take a look at that bot side, more even in CS this time around. As when I said that previously, the wave was crashing into the bot lane of G3 Reapers, but kind of still pretty much even down there, except for those 2 kills. Those 2 kills still the difference maker, as they continue to farm things out down there.
Yeah, and Atrox is getting a hefty lead here. He can dive, with this wave hitting. You got to be really. Maybe now he can't with the level of health, but
yeah, taking a few tower shots, and of course Urgot has that ultimate. Pretty much the easiest. Pretty much, when you hit level 6 on Urgot, you have that ability to win very close duels, because the execute will always win out, obviously. But yeah, so we'll see Aatrox just back off. As long as Samurai, he's actually going to go ahead and take his first back. We'll see if he chooses a TP back in the lane or if he wants to walk this one out.
I think he'll walk.
Yeah, it looks like he is already past that inhibitor tower, so unless he really wants a TP and maybe potentially waste that TP, he's going to go ahead and walk the rest of that distance. You do see here, the mid laner of Monster Mash, he is very low on mana, so he will have to take his first back. You see he took Cleanse to defend against that taunt, maybe against the CC that Leona can provide as well. Because if Leona does catch you, you got a lot of follow-up CC to make sure you stay in place.
Yeah, he just wants to be able to avoid Leo's all the team fights or Galio's engage. It's really all it comes down to.
Yeah, so things kind of slowing down here, but still a 1K gold lead for G3 Reapers.
Yeah, we're kind of settling in here.
Ooh, there is the engage. Leo's going to go in. Still not level 6 though, but Magnus is in. He's going to find the Q onto Sume. That's going to be the kill there as Magnus takes down Sume, the Morgana, for his second kill. As 5 kills to 2 now for G3.
Yeah, his Q range is so long, it's really hard. He can just walk barely into vision and then hit a skill shot that flies him. So, really well done there. But that was mostly Leona being brave.
Yeah, the Black Shield dropped onto the Kaisa, not able to keep herself from being CC'd. The taunt is going to come down the Galio. He's going to land the knockup as well. There's the Aftershock doing a little bit of damage. The Electrocute is there from the Syndra, but Syndra just not a whole lot of damage onto the Galio. But you see your Galio not really building up that tankiness just yet, as the first dragon of the game goes down. A Cloud Drake for G3 Reapers. But it looks like they're going to try to see maybe if they can catch out Cloistone. No, he'll go ahead and walk away as the Dark Binding doesn't connect.
Yeah, they could have ulted as Kaisa there.
Can he find the execute?
But the healing is really...
But the healing is going to keep him alive just long enough so that he can go ahead and survive. So both ultimates down. Samurai's unable to find the execute on that Urgot ultimate.
Yeah, that's the challenge here, is the healing is gonna... It's not like a shield.
Man, can he get away? No, he's going to be pulled in. There's the flash and the passive auto. Tower shots aren't going to be able to do enough there. As you see, they're going to try to find some damage onto his ear. The kick is going to go ahead and finish that off. G3 Reaper's a very strong early game. 7 kills to 2. And already a 2.5k gold lead at 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, Magnus is building a really early MVP case. He's all over the map. He's gotten a Drake. He's ganked every lane. Super impactful. He's 90% of their kills, 6 for 7. He's going to start exerting a lot more pressure. He's got 1,600 gold in pocket, which is almost half of Rek'Sai's total gold.
As you see, as long as Samurai going down up on the top side, potentially maybe just going the wrong way to get out of the Aatrox W, and so he was pulled back in, and so the passive auto able to finish things off. Of course, in the mid lane, you had the roam from the Leona and the Lee Sin to take down Syndra for the first time in this game. So it is a 2.7k gold difference.
It's all coming down to these fights. They really need to start grouping more Monster Mash and get their players involved. They're taking these 1v1, 2v2 type skirmishes. It's just not to their advantage.
Yeah, so at this point, Monster Mash, probably the best thing they can do is just slow things down, try to keep G3 Reapers from engaging, because you've seen they want to fight, especially right now with Kaiju Panda 2 levels above his counterpart in Islamic Samurai. So you've got to just maybe try to stall things out and get to a point where maybe you can start taking skirmishes again, as currently it's just not working out for them.
Yeah, Islamic is pretty much gonna get the direst treatment.
I say that, but then they find the damage on the Drake, and nice gank from Sephiroth. Snowtoofunky, he's going to go in with the ultimate. Can he find the rest of the damage? Takes the Jinx down to about 50% health. He's not going to be enough follow-up there to claim the second kill, but you do get Snowtoofunky on the board with his first kill.
Here comes Lee Sin.
But Lee Sin here, once again, the Ward Hop is not going to find anything on the follow-up. The ultimate is down from the Syndra. That's going to take the Lee Sin low, but not enough damage with just the lost chapter. So Lee Sin will walk away with his life.
Yeah, really good effort. I think Azir did that just to dissuade the dive, dissuade any further aggression. It's worth to throw your ult out if you can get to farm freely. Oh, we got a gank coming. Mid lane getting ganked.
Here, Morgana and Snowtoofunky both hanging out in the mid lane. The knockback is not going to connect from the Syndra. The taunt is going to find all three. There's the flash and flying squirrel. Do they have the damage?
I don't think the damage is there without Rek'Sai.
There's the ultimate coming out from Rek'Sai. The kill is there, but he may have gone the wrong way. Looks like it's going to be a one-for-one trade. As instead of maybe going through the safer path, he tries to walk back up the mid lane, and he loses his life for it.
Yeah, and that looks like it's going to cost a dive
tower dive. Ward Draken not going to be able to find any of the CC. He's just going to have to flash away and try to walk out. Snowtoofunky putting a little bit of damage onto the Jinx. A failed tower dive for G3RvsMOM as Snowtoofunky 2v1 finds that kill.
Snowtoofunky with the massive outplay, and Islamic Samurai actually teleported down. This Leona is super
Yeah,
caught.
looks like they're trying to find that kill onto the Leona.
I had to go all in on.
Is not going to connect. Snowtoofunky on a killing spree, and just like that, Monster Mash putting themselves back into it just a little bit. Now just a 1.7k to gold difference as we approach the 12.5 minutes.
Now it's about to grow again because I'm going to call your attention to the top side. Looks like Rich Herald got taken during that fight and is about to get spawned top. So there's no TP for them to get back up top. They're probably going to lose that whole tower.
Yeah,
but if they can trade some... Yeah, if they can trade some turret plates here, it could be worth. But yeah, that's a full turret plate and tower. It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how strong that Aatrox can be. All the tower plates, the top lane advantage, that's going to be a big, big boy. And maybe unlike the Lee Sin, Aatrox doesn't necessarily fall off a whole lot. So that's going to be a potential storyline to look for as we approach the mid to late game here in our second game of the night. But of course, Snowtoofunky, he is 3-1 now. And you do see they are going to send the Kai'Sa up top to try to stop this Rift Herald. As you see, the very slow response means the Rift Herald's going to get to crash into that second tower as well.
Yeah, get about half its HP, probably 2/3 its HP, wow.
Yeah, as long as Samurai, he's going to be the first one there. But you do see your Snowtoofunky, he's hanging out in the area, but that's going to leave bot lane wide open for G3RvsMOM to put down some turret plates of their own. See, your plates will fall in about 20 seconds. Overall, actually, Sephiroth, he's just going to be caught out, not enough vision in their own jungle. He's going to go down as 3-1. Is the Kaiju Panda on that Aatrox. See here, all the plates for this bot lane as well. Things just not looking good from a macro standpoint for Monster Mash.
Yeah, G3RvsMOM really got the invade going, and Magnus is probably directing. They're taking the lead with the Aatrox Lee Sin and pushing it into the top side of the map. They got both camps, they got half a tower, and now they're sieging mid. Oh, and the kill, the free kill from the face check.
Dark Fire does come down to Aatrox. He's going to have to pop his ultimate. Leona is there, but so is the Aatrox. And it looks like we've got ourselves all 5 members of each side in the mid lane. Cloyster going to go ahead and drop down some choppers to prevent Monster Mash from advancing any further. Don't know if Monster Mash had the ability to do so anyway, but that will fully dissuade them.
It was really nice.
There's not a chance anymore. Ooh, hold on here, man.
Oh,
He's going to go in. There's the ultimate. Is the shield going to be enough? No, the shutdown. Syndra getting on the board. 1-1-1 is the mid laner for Monster Mash as they continue to try to push on this tower. So if you are Monster Mash, you're finding kills. You're only 2 kills down, but really, it's just the movement of G3RvsMOM that has meant so much here in this game.
Yeah, I think it's the team play has been a little better for G3RvsMOM, but the individual play, you know, Snowtoofunky had the 2v1 dive that he turned around, got 2 kills for. Catastrophe just had a great play there. Long Samurai's been holding his own. It's gonna be what wins, you know, individual play or team play. My head says team play, so I want to see Monster Mash pick it up before I say have the momentum. But they certainly have all the tools. Unless this Aatrox comes in and murders somebody right here.
Yeah, so we do see both teams continuing to push down the mid lane. Not a whole lot of side lane pushing. Of course, if you are G3 Reapers, not a whole lot to push with both tier 1 towers down. You see it is another Cloud Drain. You see it's G3 actually moving towards that first, as they're going to go ahead and start it up. What will be the response from the side of Monster Mash? Looks like no response is actually the answer there, as they are going to slay their second Cloud Drain of the game.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to catch somebody out. They're totally content to just sit and catch farm. You know, somebody needs to go top, someone's going to need to go bottom soon and answer the Aatrox. It's, they're in a bit of a pickle macro-wise. I think Galio could get the tower here if nobody's walking.
Yeah, so Flying Squirrel, he actually is going to appear up on the top side, start to push things down there. Kaiju Panda, he's going to split to the bottom side. It's going to be a 1-3-1 with the bot lane and the jungler for G3 pushing down that mid lane tower, while Galio and Aatrox force members of Monster Mash to react elsewhere. There's the stun going down onto the Jinx, so taking a lot of damage. The Syndra ultimate is there. That's going to be the kill onto the Jinx, and it looks like Snow Funky, he's just going to go deep for it. Does find some damage onto the Leona. Leona's W is going to pop, keeps her alive long enough for her to go ahead and walk back under the tower. But Monster Mash able to pick up another kill, as that's going to draw the Aatrox as a response.
And the individual plays just shining through again. You know, this is what we talked about. Snow Too Funky and Catastrophe basically carrying the team by themselves. It's really strong. You know, they need somebody to clean up these side waves. What they should try to do is get the Rek'Sai involved, because if they waited a little bit and hit that when Rek'Sai can land a Q on top of the stun, then you get a free kill off the Rek'Sai ult. So we'll see. I wonder how the split push is going to work out for Aatrox. It looks like he's going to get the tower, unfortunately, for Monster Mash, but...
Yeah, so Aatrox just continuing to split push here. You see the Black Shield going down onto Syndra, trying to keep that Syndra alive. That's a lot of your wave clear here in that mid lane. Of course, you also need to maybe respond down bot side, as Aatrox just pushing that bot lane tower down as long as Samurai. He's going to be the one responding to it. But regardless, you're just putting down some damage. You see the Morgana also moving as well, and that's going to allow G3 Reapers to move in on this mid lane tower and take this tier 1.
Yeah, after constantly pushing on this for the past 6 minutes or so, they finally forced with the, chipping it down enough. And if I was them, I'd just rotate top, clear some vision, and think about the inner. You know, there's a big wave down there. You want to make this a 4-1 kind of game, and it's, already down.
Yeah, there's another top lane tier 2 down, so 4 turrets to none for G3, winning across the map, winning in kills, winning in gold, winning in towers, winning in dragons. Just continuing to try to push their advantages where they got them, as a Monster Mash just so far having to play off the back foot. And you really got to start thinking about, if you're Monster Mash, you have to find that fight where you can really just kind of clear everything out and maybe start to take back any kind of advantage, or else you're just going to get choked out here in this game.
I want to see the healing reduction item come out. I think that will turn the top lane matchup.
Ooh, there's some damage put down on the Cloysto. There is the Syndra ultimate, but the heal is there this time from Cloysto, and that's going to go ahead and keep him alive. He had to flash away as well, but that is 2 big summoners down on that Jinx.
Yeah, and all in exchange for a couple ultimates, so still definitely fightable here for a Monster Match. It looks like we're getting into the classic NA Ram. The NA-RAM, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I was about to say I prefer NA-RAM, but I mean, we know it's NA.
But we don't call it NA, we call it NA, so
yeah,
it's hard.
I like it. I like NA-RAM just because. But anyway, I digress. We are reaching to the 20-minute mark. It is a 5K gold lead for G3 Reapers, and just the 1-3-1 just continuing from the Reapers.
What is our next Drake? I don't see it on the side of the pit.
Well, tell you what, let me just go ahead and turn off Fog of War. Well, you're right, I don't see it, a next Drake on the side of the pit. That's probably a spectator bug. I'm gonna assume the next dragon will still appear like normal, but no indication of what that one might be. We have seen 3 Cloud Drakes. Or 2 Cloud Drakes, excuse me.
Yeah.
Maybe a third, I don't know. I was starting to think maybe with the Fog of War that you couldn't see the Cloud Drake icon, but then I remembered it's white, and so you'd be able to see it in Fog of War. But, yeah, we'll find out what it is soon enough. It is about to spawn. So we'll get a look at what these 2 teams might fight over next. Baron is up. but we'll see how these two teams want to react and put vision, or try to set up vision around that area. Magnus going to take the Scuttle Crab for himself. That's going to give him a little bit of movement speed, a little bit of vision. It looks like this dragon may be important here, but look at the damage going down on Equoisto. The Syndra ultimate is there. That's going to be the solo kill, but will Syndra lose his life? The cleanse is going to be there. As he flashes over the wall, and it looks like Monster Mash, this is the fight they want to take. The Galley ultimate is on the way. Going to find a knockup onto a few. Magnus actually going to slay the mid laner for Monster Mash. No too funky though on the backside of the fight. He's on a rampage. Sethrath finds the kill. He's going to go down though to the Galio. Looks like we got ourselves a 2v2. Galio, another kill. That's a triple. As long as Samurai, he's going to flash over the wall. A 4-for-3 fight. G3 Reapers come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely demolishing fight by the Aatrox. You know, pretty much everyone funneled into the Aatrox, and you know, Galio and him just spit him up and shoot him out. Super dominant. Really, just textbook. I think the tank line got really fused, and they couldn't protect their carries. You know, Mandingo Azir went over the wall and got hit, and then poor Snow had to chase over the wall too to one live and get some kills back. So. Really high level fight. Teams played it pretty well. I just think comp wise, those bruisers are really working out.
Yeah, so the Infernal Drake does go down, and the next Drake, we can see what that one is. It's going to be our third Cloud Drake of the game coming up here real soon. But G3 Reapers claimed the fight. By the way, that was essentially, well, I won't say it was a true 4v5 because the mid laner for Monster Mash had to burn some stuff to get away from his assassination. It wasn't a pure solo kill, so to speak. But, yeah, you basically win that fight short-handed without any contribution from the Jinx. Things are looking pretty good if you are G3. Of course,
definitely.
Monster Mash was still able to claim 3 kills, so you're still continuing to gain that individual gold that they're going to need if they want to maybe start a comeback here.
But you got a Fire Drake out of it, so you got to be feeling
true.
Like, hey, my next fight's going to go even better because I got that 10% AD.
Yeah, that is something to think about as well, but 24 kills in this one at 23 minutes. We're averaging a kill every about 55 seconds or so. That last fight certainly helping here as you see Syndra going to land the knockback onto the Lee Sin. Kaiju Panda just continuing to split push up top. Well, it's the Jinx on duty in the mid lane for wave clear. Do you see the Galio? He does have the TP available, so that means you're going to find him up on the top lane, continuing to push that wave in and forcing a response from Monster Mash. And once again, it's just a textbook 1-3-1. You continue to pull members away from Monster Mash away so that you can continue to push towers elsewhere.
Yeah, I really like the 1-3-1 from G3 Reapers. What I want to see Monster Mash do, one, they need a healing reduction item. They still don't have that, and it's probably what Urgot should have built sooner, is the Executioner's Calling, but he's holding his own now. He's tanky enough that he probably won't die. They're just going to get more gold and EXP Star, though, because of this pressure in the jungle.
As you see here, Flying Squirtle actually going to take away the red buff from Monster Mash. He's going to roam around the jungle before taking his back. Does still have TP available. Both members of G3 Reapers have their TP available. So if a fight does break out, they are going to be able to convene rather quickly. Of course, as long as Samurai, he does have TP available as well. Magnus going to try to go in, but the Dark Binding is there onto Syndra. Magnus going to go ahead and execute Sethrath, though, but the kill is there. Cloisto, he's going to be rooted. There is the ultimate coming down from Leona to keep his 80 carry alive.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1. Lee Sin unfortunately couldn't get his ult off.
Yeah, thank the Black Shield for that. Looks like he was looking for the kick onto the mid laner of Monster Mash. But
and really, without ult, the Syndra's kill power goes down considerably. Especially when she's sitting on almost 2,000 gold.
You do see here Syndra farming up rather well. 193 CS at 24 minutes. Couldn't tell you how many that is per minute, but there you see the cleanse coming down onto the Syndra. The cleanse is going to have to burn. That's another summoner down for the Monster Mash mid lane.
Yeah, it's super valuable. It turned out to be the right pick. I know we talked about the teleport of the ignite, but I think the cleanse turned out to be the perfect pick in this scenario.
Without the cleanse, you maybe die a couple more times, die in a couple more situations than what we've seen here so far. But
this Lee Sin has no fear running Youmu's, He just wants to deal as much damage as he can.
Of course.
Super surprised he doesn't have a Black Cleaver. I know it got nerfed, but it's so valuable.
we've seen Lee Sin perform as the front line in a lot of these fights, or at least getting into the front line to start the fight before kind of just picking his spots elsewhere. But yeah, Lee Sin going full damage, or mostly damage here. You see here that is going to be the Hex Drinker and the Mercury Treads as well to maybe protect himself from really a little bit of the Kaisa damage as well as the Syndra damage, of course, as well. But you see here, there goes the tier 2 down in the bot side. It looks like we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 Flying Squirrel. He's just going to go ahead and try to push down the Galio. He's going to dash in once again. The Syndra ultimate just not going to do a whole lot. He's going to burn down. Flying Squirrel is unstoppable. As you see here, even when Galio builds AP items, he is still a tanky boy.
Yeah, all he really needs is that Merc Tread. Super hard to kill.
Oh, look at that though. Shot from downtown Islamic Samurai. The execute onto the Galio, but you do see here, with most of Monster Mash appearing down on the bot side, that's going to be the Baron started up by G3RvsMOM. How quickly can they burn this down? It's going to be down to about 6k health. You do see here, Sephiroth and Sume, they are going to find their way there as well. With as long as Samurai coming out on the backside, this is going to be an interesting situation. Stoker Funky not there just yet. Here comes Samurai. He's going to jump in on the Koito. He's taking them all. The Baron, he's going to be down to about 3k health. Koito's still alive. He's actually going to kill onto Islamic Samurai, but he will go down in return.
No.
The Rek'Sai is going to pop the ultimate. The Baron is still low health and trying to do a little bit of damage itself. That is going to be Snow Too Funky coming in on the backside. The Baron is going to be taken by Magnus, but can Snow Too Funky find any kills? Kaiju Panda is going to jump on. That's one kill for Snow Too Funky. He's going to pop the ultimate. Magnus is going to be taken low, has the magic shield.
Gotta kill who you can.
Find the kill, but Kaiju Panda, he is unstoppable. Does find the kill, and it looks like that's where things are going to stop as the mid-laner Monster Mash comes in at the very end of that one, but not able to find anything, as he's just going to have to settle for knocking back the Galio on that TP.
Yeah, and poor guy didn't even get Baron buff there, so... poor Galio didn't get Baron buff. Just totally wild team fight. I think Sephiroth went in a little too early. In those situations, you kind of have to be looking for the steal. And maybe they didn't have full vision at that point because the pit was getting cleared out, but I think you just gotta watch the Baron's health. He kind of went in with still had 3,000 or 4,000. There was no chance.
Yeah, so 28 minutes into this one. Kill still relatively even, but you just see here the towers and the dragons, they have meant so much in this game. 8k gold differential between these two teams, and make that the third Cloud Drake. So you're going to see a lot of speedy movement, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a lot of movement speed, and it'll help move your minions around the map too, because they can get to waves faster and push them up with the Baron. I think it's just we're just hitting the point where there's so many tools on blue side's favor, you know. I don't see what you can do. Oh, Leona's engaging.
Leona ultimate down, did not find anybody here, but look at how long she has just stood still herself. And of course, the execute is going to be there onto the Leona, so we're going to have ourselves a 5v4, but you do see here, it's going to be members of Monster Mash who are actually relatively low. Do the members of G3 want to keep pushing this one? You do still have the Baron empowered minions, but without an AD carry, it's going to be a little bit tougher to push in this tower.
You need a big stun from Syndra here.
Yeah, Monster Mash just trying to push those minions down. The cannon just doing all kinds of work, though, in the back. You see Syndra taken down very, very low, as well as Snow Too Funky. The tower's going to be taken down super, super low, but it looks like the cannon minion is going to be the one to push that down. The Baron empowered cannon minion, just pretty much the best tower pusher you can ask for in a situation like that, because ultimately it does most of the tower damage there, as that is the 6th tower of the game for G3RvsMOM, and the bleeding continues.
Yeah, and the fact that it's so hard to kill, you know, you have to walk up into the team to kill them. That's the challenging part. Oh, big engage. Nope.
I'm trying to find the
Never mind.
Didn't wait for Flying Squirtle from going in anymore, as he will go ahead and just walk on out. But you see here, all the tier 2 towers now down. All 6 towers now move on to the inhibitor towers. Still have not lost a tower yourself. Both games today, the losing side, we've actually seen, I won't say it yet, because obviously this game is not over just yet. As you see, one inhibitor tower is going to go, make that 2. Oisto, though, he's going to be taking low. Snow Too Funky going to dash him, but he's not able to find the finishing blow. Snow Too Funky, he's going to be stunned long enough to go down, make that a 2 for nothing so far. On the backside of the fight, as long as Samurai is going to land the execute down onto Magnus, but Kaiju Panda is still alive, and he is still very, very big. Actually, he is going to go down, make that a shutdown. All that hyping for nothing. Galio is going to drop down. War Draken, he's trying to stay alive, trying to land some CC down. There's the double taunt, and that's going to be the Syndra going down next. all kinds of fighting across the map. Cloister, remember, he survived at the beginning of the fight. He's got a little bit more health now. He's going to take the inhibitor. The Galio just continuing to do work on the front side. He finds the kill on Sume. One last dash in. He's going to take a couple tower shots, and I believe that's where we're going to end that fight. But once again, G3 get what they're looking for. A couple of one inhibitor and 2 inhibitor towers, and also 4 kills as well.
Yeah, they're basically saying, hey, we don't care how many kills the Urgot gets. He can only kill 1 person with his ult. We're fine to just shred it out as much as possible, as long as we can get our objectives. So, I don't know how I feel about that. It's like you have a really fed Urgot now. He can't split push because of the map state, but the next fight he's gonna come back with a lot more gold. He's 3,000 gold, 3,000 gold in his inventory. He's gonna buy something. He's gonna finish his Spirit Massage, and he should really consider anti-healing. I can't stress enough that he should have anti-healing at this point.
Yeah, still no anti-healing items for any member of Monster Mash. And of course, you look at the comp.
Syndra. Syndra has
Syndra does have the Morels, excuse me. I'm still not used to them. I know it was a long time ago, but I'm still not used to the new Morella's icon. Or the current Morella's icon. I still look for the pink. And when I don't see it, I assume nobody has it. But yeah, there is the Morellos on the Syndra, but you look at the Urgot, you look at the Rek'Sai, you look at the Kai'Sa, no healing reduction just yet. And so, if the Syndra doesn't get onto the Aatrox, doesn't get onto the Jinx, doesn't get onto the Lee Sin, they're just going to be able to heal things back up. Or heal heal. And so, you are right.
Oh, now he's finally got, so he opted for the Bramble Vest.
Yeah, the Bramble Vest for a little bit. Defensive stats and
but it does have the healing reduction.
Yes, that is the important thing. But you do see here, it's actually we got ourselves an interesting situation here as Monster Mash pushing up the side as well, trying to maybe get behind G3 Reapers. As actually no, they're just going to try to get back in front of them.
There's no tower to defend.
Yeah, no tower to defend here, but they do find some damage down onto Cloisto. Cloisto going to use the Material Scimitar, the QSS. Looks like we've got ourselves a large-scale team fight coming. Who's going to be the first one to go down? It's going to be Sephiroth. The Galio ultimate is there. Sume going to pop these Zanyas to try to get that root. Kaiju Panda coming in from the backside. His Islamic Samurai just tries to be that big front line. He does find a little bit of damage. They have to use a lot to kill him, but they do get the shutdown. And that's going to be Syndra and Morgana back on the run as Snowtooth Funky just tries his damnedest to get back into this fight. Kaiju Panda just trying to keep them off as they continue to push down these towers. It looks like G3 is going to go for the end of the game. They knock out 1 tower. That is 2. Aatrox is going to go down, but can Snowtooth Funky do the damage he cannot? The game will end at 33.5 minutes. G3 Reapers, they still tie themselves back up for 2nd place here in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, and really well played by G3 Reapers. You know, they got their guys ahead. They did what they had to do. And I like the fearless tank tank play. I gotta go. My GG this time is Flying Squirtle. You're my MVP. I think we'll be really surprised at the damage chart here. You probably did the most damage on his team. He did, and I bet he tanked the most damage too. So super impressive game. Really well done.
I think that says something wrong about the champion if you can frontline and do the most damage about your team. But I digress. Not going to fault the guy for playing the champion so well. So with that...
It's not broken. He just played it exceptionally well.
Nah, any champion that can deal damage and tank damage is broken to me. You got to understand. Me and my big galaxy brain. But I digress. We'll talk about that later. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 3 here tonight. We've got Nocturnal Dragons. And we have got Mediocre at best. Mediocre at best, they're trying to improve to 7-0. Nocturnal Dragons, they will try to pick up another victory for themselves. Back in just a little bit, you're watching Week 4, Day 1 of the Commonwealth League.